The smartphone in your pocket contains cobalt mined in Africa's Congo, a nation whose democratic future was stolen by a CIA-backed assassination during the Cold War. The supply chain powering our modern technology traces directly back to Patrice Lumumba's execution, a pivotal moment that changed the course of history. In 1960, after decades of brutal Belgian colonial rule, the Congo finally gained independence. Patrice Lumumba, a charismatic postal worker turned nationalist leader, became the country's first democratically elected prime minister on June 30th. But Lumumba inherited a nation deliberately unprepared for self-governance. Belgium had allowed just 30 Congolese citizens to receive university education. The new nation had fewer than a dozen college graduates to manage a country the size of Western Europe. Lumumba's vision was simple. Congo's vast mineral wealth, including its rich cobalt deposits, should benefit its people, not foreign corporations. This was the height of the Cold War, and Western powers viewed his nationalist stance with suspicion. Just days after independence, the Belgian-controlled army mutinied. When Lumumba sought help from the United Nations, they refused meaningful assistance. Desperate, he turned to the Soviet Union for military aid. This sealed his fate. Declassified documents reveal that on August 18, 1960, President Eisenhower authorized the CIA to eliminate Lumumba. Allen Dulles, the CIA director, sent cables to the Congo station describing Lumumba's removal as an urgent and prime objective. By September, a CIA-backed coup removed Lumumba from power. He was placed under house arrest, escaped, and was recaptured while fleeing to supporters in Stanleyville. On January 17, 1961, the Patrice Lumumba assassination was carried out in Katanga province. Belgian officers supervised as Lumumba and two associates were lined up against a tree and executed by firing squad. To eliminate evidence, their bodies were dismembered and dissolved in acid. Belgium officially acknowledged moral responsibility for the assassination in 2002. Congo's vast mineral resources remained under Western influence through a new leader, Mobutu Sese Seko, who would rule as a brutal dictator for the next 32 years, with consistent support from the United States and the CIA throughout the Cold War. The Patrice Lumumba assassination wasn't an isolated incident. It was part of a pattern of CIA operations in Africa during the Cold War, where democratically elected leaders were removed when they threatened economic interests or appeared too friendly with the Soviet Union. From Iran's Mossadegh to Chile's Allende, Western powers consistently prioritized access to natural resources over democratic principles. The Congo coup established a template, replaced nationalist leaders with compliant autocrats who would ensure Western access to strategic resources, regardless of the cost to local populations across Africa. Today, the Democratic Republic of Congo remains trapped in a cycle of resource exploitation. Africa's Congo produces 70% of the world's cobalt, essential for the lithium-ion batteries in your smartphone and other devices. Yet the Congolese people remain among the poorest on Earth. Children as young as 7 work in artisanal cobalt mines, earning a few dollars a day to extract the minerals that power our digital lives. Major technology companies have been repeatedly criticized for insufficient oversight of their supply chain ethics. The straight line from the Patrice Lumumba assassination by the CIA during the Cold War to today's cobalt exploitation in Africa is rarely acknowledged. The supply chain of your smartphone connects directly to one of the most consequential interventions in African history. What if Lumumba had lived? What if Congo's cobalt and other resources had built schools and hospitals instead of enriching foreign corporations? What kind of African powerhouse might exist today? And each time you reach for your smartphone, consider how the supply chain that brought it to you traces back to a CIA operation during the Cold War that forever altered the trajectory of an entire continent.